السلام عليكم، مع حضراتكم عاصم عزيز أودو كونسلتنت من شركة اي تي سيس اند دي اي اس. الفيديو ده هنستعرض فيه سيناريو سريع لإدارة أو التعامل مع البروجكت والسب project. So we're gonna directly go create a new project. Let's call it الرائد. And let's go just like this. And let's say customer 3. And we're gonna create our project. So we create the parent project, and now we're gonna go for the sub projects. Okay, let's put the contract value just like this. Save. We can also share a product link, share the project link, with our customer uh, to make them able to see the progress in their project or the project we are working on. That's another option we can use. So we create the main project. We can put any description we need in here, any description, any instruction, whatever we need to write, we can write in this part. So we put the plan date. Let's say start today and till the end of the year, just like this. Now let's go and create our sub projects directly from the same screen. We got a smart button which called sub project. We can go just like this and start to create new project. Let's say ride one, and we gonna assign different project manager, and we gonna set the plan date this for this site. Okay, as we see, we create the sub project number one, and let's go and create sub project number two. Right, two, and let's say here it's project manager two, and it's going to start from 13 till the end of the year, and it's a sub project. Okay, so we put the data we need already in here. We can set the customer to just like this, and my sub projects. So we create our main project and sub project, and now we can go directly and start to collect and spend and distribute the expenses for this project. We're gonna at the beginning collect money from our client. Let's say it's الرائد, and create. and we put the contract value like this, and in the distribution part we gonna go for a ride by 100%, and for the sub projects we gonna go for a ride 1 by 50%, and for a ride 2 by 50%. Just like this, we put the data we need. Of course, about the payment term, we during the implementation we configure all the payment term you need or you apply on your clients or your customers. So you will find all the payment term that you need in this drop list. Whatever the payment term is, we configure it, and it's totally tailored according to the payment term you apply on your company. فالجزء الخاص بالبيمنت تيرم بيتم عمله خلال الامبلمنتيشن وتنفيذ طرق الدفع أو شروط الدفع المستخدمة في الشركة اللي بيتم تنفيذ النظام عندها. ففي النهاية حضرتك بتلاقي كل طرق الدفع اللي بتستخدمها موجودة هنا، بتقدر تختار طريقة الدفع وتابلاي دايركتلي. فدلوقتي احنا بنكونفيرم على التحصيل. I can do all these things from my screen because I'm logging with a super user. The access right is totally tailored according to the access right structure that the decision maker or the project manager in your company who's responsible about giving us the structure of the access right you need to apply, and we will configure the access right according to your needs. Now we can create our invoice just like this and confirm, and we can also collect the money. Let's say my bank, create payment, and validate the payment. Now I collect my money. Let's see, let's go now and start to purchase the material and whatever we need for this project. Now I'm gonna buy from vendor, and I'm going to buy product test. I'm going to buy, let's say, 100 units. And for the analytic distribution, let's go for a RAID by 100% and a RAID 1 by 50% and a RAID 2 by 50%. Okay. And we may also need a sub-consulting service, as you mentioned in the document you have sent to us. So let's gonna for sub-consulting service. It costs 300 per hour. Let's say we're gonna need 500 hour, and let's distribute them 100% in here, and 150%, and alright, 250%. That's it. And let's confirm the order. And now we are going to create our bill. The system give me alert that this amount I'm billing the vendor or paying the vendor for is above the average that I already or usually make with this vendor. So it's the system already giving me a notification for any suspicious or unusual activity, as I see. So it's okay. I'm willing to do this. I will confirm the process. I will confirm here. And now let's pay for our vendor, and let's validate the payment. Now we already pay for the vendor. I can go directly and receive. As you see how smart the system is in handling this part, subcontracting is a service. So it's not a good to receive. So when I go to the receive part, the system put the goods, the consumable goods, only in the receive part. So let's validate. I already receive these products, and finally we're gonna go for the indirect cost, such as transportation and any other indirect cost. Let's go for, let's say, and let's say 100,000, and it's paid by the company. And now let's go for our analytic distribution. 100% for the main project and 50% for each of my sub projects, just like this. This one is 50, and the other one is also 50. It's the distribution of the costs. So I create the report. I go to submit for the manager and the approval cycle. So the manager approve, and I post the entry. It's paid, and the entry, the journal entry, is already posted. Now let's go and have a look for our projects and how all these transactions reflect directly in our project. Of course, as we see in the last video, I can display by parent project, just like this, and I can see the project, the parent project, and the sub project for all my projects. That the parent project الرائد and the sub project الرائد 1 الرائد 2 الرائد security الرائد security 1 and الرائد security 2 and so on. Now I'm going to see all my projects. So let's see the main project dashboard. As you see, all the transaction that I already done reflecting on my dashboard in each and every one of my project, the main project and the sub projects. Of course, about the milestones and the phases of the project, I can add the milestone in here. Let's say milestone 1, and the deadline is going to be 13 or make it 12, this, and I did the milestone 2 or the phase 2. The deadline for phase 2 is by the end of December. And when one of them, when I get any one of them done, I'm sorry, I put both of them as one. When I get any one of them done, I can mark its reach, that means it's done. And also I can go in here and say that's phase 1, it's on track, and we can put our progress in this part and save to be able to make the decision makers or the one who's responsible or the project manager to see the progress percentage directly in the same screen. If we scroll down, as we see, I can see all if I got any time sheets. I can put the spend time in my time sheets just like this. And let's say this one spent 10 hours. And save. Sorry. Right. So I can put my timesheet as I can see, and the system will directly calculate all the needed and all the transaction that I already have done. I can also put a budget. Let's go write budget just like this, and it's valid from today till the end of the year for the project arrived. And the budget is, let's say, 2 mil. So directly the system calculate the allocated budget, the spent, and the remaining, and all the details that I need in my profitability analysis. Now let's see the sub project and how it's look like, and the dashboard for each one of my sub projects. That's sub project number 1 or site number 1. As I see, all the transactions are reflecting, and each one by the percentage I already distribute on this part. So for the purchase order, each product take the part, or what I see is the part that I already put according to the analytic distribution in the purchase order and the expenses for the indirect cost and the total cost is and all the needed data as I see. And I can put a separate budget for the sub projects too, and to be able to compare what I spend to the pre-configured budget. That's for sub project, and also I can see all the related tasks, the timesheet, the planned hours, the document if there is any documents, the invoices that already issued that's related to this project. So in this, it's a RAID, and the analytic distribution, as I see, is 100% for the main project or for the parent project, and 50% for each one of the sub projects. So the customer invoice, as I see in this sub project, what I expected is 2 mil, and it's already invoiced and the customer pay. So in here I see 2 mil. Why is 2 mil? Because the total income for the project is 4 million. I when I put the analytic distribution, I put 100% on the main project, and I put 50% on each of my sub projects. So this one is 2 mil, and the other sub project is 2 mil too. If we go for sub project 2, I can see the details that the other 2 mil and all the expenses which I distribute or split between all my sub project purchase order expenses, whatever the expenses is, or whatever the cost is, direct or indirect cost, and the system auto calculate all the data directly, and I can see all this data in my dashboard. Of course, I can put milestones in each sub project, and I can put progress as I have already done in the main project. That's my main project. And here I can see the whole data for the main project and sub project. And as we see, the revenue is 4 mil. That's the 100% of revenue, which have been split into two pieces, 50% for sub project number one and 50% for sub project number two. That's the purchase order, 1 mil and 550, which also split between the two sub-projects as we see, and the total expenses which split on the sub-project as we see, and the total budget and what I've spent, and all the data related to my project and sub-project, of course, the milestone and the progress. That's the cycle as fast as possible. Thank you, and I'm sorry if the video is too long. Thank you.